I think a lot of places neglect small details, but in the South, and at Alabama particularly, it has such a deep culture and environment to it. It's a real community, it's an experience, and it's just a feeling when you're here. I just love it. So I loved where I grew up, but I knew I wanted to really get out and explore some other options. I always wanted to go to New York ultimately, but I knew that I had to kind of establish my independence early on. I was originally in high school very drawn into the schools that were heavily academic. So I started looking and I found Alabama scholarships, but as soon as I stepped on campus, it was a losing game for everybody else. I was set on Alabama. It's a full experience. You get to be in a sorority with all of your best friends. The classes are incredible, the opportunities are great. It's just everything that I wanted in one very prettily wrapped package. The Powerhouse Investment Management Group is a group of about 60 students on campus. It's not through lectures that we're learning. We're instead grouped into about 7 different committees. Each committee pitches 2 companies per semester. There are full-fledged pitches, beautiful PowerPoints, financial models. And as soon as I got into CIMG, I started learning actual curriculum and learning about businesses and how to read financial statements. And it really sucked me into the whole finance world here. When you come in as a freshman, it seems so overwhelming and you're like, I'm never gonna understand every part of this. And then as a sophomore, I became committee head, and all of a sudden, I didn't just have to understand it, I had to do it. They give you the opportunity, they give you all of the tools, and you just get to sit there in that room surrounded by all of these incredible young professionals. Everybody in the group is really incredible, smart, and driven, so they start really early on looking for that job. I would say my dream job is to ultimately help women build wealth. Women aren't able to build wealth at the same rate men are, and they take more career breaks, and the way that their money needs to be managed is different. An alumni reached out and said that she had an opportunity with the Women of the World Endowment for a research analyst, and I was so excited. I loved research, and the fact that I could be working towards bettering women's lives was really exciting to me. So now I'll be headed to Goldman Sachs' New York office to do private wealth management. When you're talking about private wealth management, you're talking about building wealth for a family, understanding their goals, and making their money work for them. And so I think doing that on a person-to-person basis should really help me out there and be a pretty good fit. What really makes Alabama different, it is about school, it is about the education, but the organizations and the networks outside of the actual classroom here are so deep and ingrained. It kind of creates a whole person that you can market to the world rather than just somebody who has a degree. It really is the full package here, and I have no regrets about coming to this school. I can't imagine myself anywhere else.